you started your musical career very early, in the year of 9. How did it feel back then?
Very, I remember this happy feeling all the time because when I was before I started talking, I was singing. So it had always been my dream to be able to sing to people and for the people to want to listen to me. Because sometimes, when I was 3 years old, I was always trying to sing at some birthday party and stuff, but the adults were like, okay, now this is enough. So I always dreamed of, okay, I wish that people would love to listen to me all the time. And then my first record came out when I was 9, and it was like a dream coming true for the first time. So it was amazing.
How is it to be famous in Iceland?
It's actually very comfortable because, famous. Björk, when she's there, people leave her alone, and it's also there's a reason for why famous people come to Iceland, like Eric Clapton, Cameron Diaz, and a lot of the famous actors come there because nobody bothers them. So that's quite nice.
Today is your 90th birthday, and you're already been in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah.
What is there in the future?
Hopefully lots of new records and a lot of music and a lot of fun. That's what I hope.
Would you like to have an international career?
Yeah, that is the biggest goal and the biggest dream, but that's something that only a few artists are able to reach. But I'm not hung up on being world famous. I just want to be a musician. I want to work as a singer and be able to live from my work. That's all. As long as that is okay, then I'm fine. I'm happy.
Do you think it's difficult to reach international fame from Iceland?
It's hard for anybody. And it's even harder for someone who comes from a small island somewhere far away. So it's very hard for a little girl from Iceland to come to America and say, hey, I'm going to be famous. Because I've been there. I've gone to a lot of the big labels and talked to a lot of big people, but it doesn't mean that you're going to get famous. It's a hard thing and it's a tough business. It really is.
Could you please help us Finnish people to find some Icelandic music? Could you tell some great artists that we might like?
Hjaltalín, that's a band. There are a lot of people actually who are a bit famous, like Emiliana Torrini. Have you heard of her? She's great. She's got the new hit Jungle Drum. It's been very big in Germany. And then Hjaltalín, of course Sigur Rós and Björk, and there are a lot of good music in Iceland. A lot of good things, a lot of good musicians, and compared to what a small nation we are, it's amazing how many people actually are talented in music.
And you said earlier about Eurovision Song Contest that you usually don't reach the finals, but you have done some other good results.
Yeah, we have actually gotten 4th place, 2nd place once before when Selma went in '99 with a lot of luck, and we have reached some good things. But most of the time it's very hard for us because we are so small, and our neighbors, we don't have many neighbors who will vote for us, so it's hard. But that's why it's also so great when we do. It feels better.
But still, couple of nice results is pretty good, I think.
Definitely.
What has been your secret?
For Eurovision? I think our secret was that everything was very honest and sincere in the song. Everything was, we weren't faking anything. Everything was real. And the rehearsing was, we were rehearsing a lot. It's just work. It's work. Constantly, every day.
Is it possible that we see you maybe one day again in the Eurovision Song Contest?
I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to say no, never, but because it might happen. But at the place where I'm at now, I don't think so because Eurovision was so good to me this year, and I came 2nd place, and it's so hard to be there. So getting that is amazing. So I don't think I will risk going there again and then being, in 16th place or something, which is not so bad anyway, but compared to the second one, because I'm very competitive, so it's gonna be tough. I'll have to think about it.
Okay, I think this was the interview. About your tour.
Yeah.
I would like to know something about it.
Would you? I would too. No, the thing is that I'm still waiting on the plans from my record label, because the record is not out everywhere yet. So then after it's been released in all the countries, then they will start getting the plans down. So hopefully as soon as possible, because I would love to go touring.
Which countries would you like to see the most?
Everywhere. No. Well, I would love to go to France and Italy, and I mean, I'm excited for every country, because sometimes when you go somewhere that you wouldn't think that would be so interesting, then there's something completely different than you thought, and it's so interesting, So it's hard to say. Mm-hmm. It's very hard.
Some of your songs are pretty personal and intimate. How does it feel to perform them live, to maybe a big audience?
Well, I think it's important that there's some part of you in the songs and that they are intimate. So it makes it easier for me to connect with the audience.
Do you get emotional sometimes on stage?
Well, I try not to cry or anything like that, but you always have to be in control. So in that case, no, I've never gotten out of hand emotional on stage. But you always have to have some kind of thoughts going on in your head about the lyrics and about the song when you're on stage, so it becomes real. Because if you're not real, then people don't believe what you're doing. It's almost like acting. It's a little bit like acting, actually.
What was going through your head in Moscow in the Eurovision Song Contest during the most important 3 minutes maybe of your musical career?
Yeah. Well, the first time around, actually, we had a lot of practice on the stage, so I was not nervous at all. I was just very excited because the crowd they were so welcoming, and they were cheering for you, and everyone was, it was so helpful, and the energy comes right to you up to the stage from all the people. So I just felt very happy, actually. I was very calm, happy, and just, and all the work for the past months, this is it, And it kind of, I thought that I maybe would become nervous because, okay, I've been rehearsing for months. This has to be good. But it wasn't like that because I felt so welcome on the stage. And then I also started thinking, because there's the cameras you have to look into when you say this and that. And I thought, like, what's behind the camera? It's my family, it's my, it's all the people. So I started smiling so much. I was secretly saying hello to them in that way. So it was a very good moment. Very good moment.
Weren't you thinking the dozens of millions of watchers?
I actually didn't think of that. That's the weird part about me. I never think of it that way. You just think of the people. Well, of course you notice that there's this big arena and there's 75,000 people and then there's millions watching. Of course you know it in the top of your head, but when you look into the camera, you only see your family, and when you look at the audience, you only see the first few rows. So that helps to have that kind of mind. But I've always been like this. I've been very strange. I never get stage fright or something like that. At least never have before.
What are you expecting from tonight in the International Horse Show?
I think it's going to be amazing, actually, because this is something that I've never done before. I've never been able to come riding inside and then riding out again, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be something new, and there's going to be a lot of people, and it'll be lovely. I can't wait.
Do you think it's a good way to celebrate your birthday?
Definitely. I think so.
Are you going to do something after that show?
I don't know. As I said before, I'm a very boring person. I like to go to bed early and stuff like that. But I'll probably maybe celebrate a little bit, go for dinner or something.
There's lots of nice places in Helsinki.
Yeah, I've heard so.
Good. Oliko vielä muuta? Thank you a lot and have a nice tour when it starts.
Thank you so much.